What is up, guys? Welcome back to another mock draft Monday. Excited to get this one started. Been thinking about a lot since the last one we did, so it should be interesting. Got the NFC teams here. A lot of playoff teams, higher drafts. We'll see some craziness happen. I've been messing around with this a little bit more. I've seen some pretty wild CPU picks, so I'm excited to hop in this one and take a look at it and see what happens here. I think the first pick, the Giants at 3. So see what falls to them. I've heard rumors they're looking to trade up in the draft. I don't think they do that when you draft Jameson and James Winston and Russell Wilson. You bring him in. I don't think you trade up. But if one falls here, do we take one? Let's start it and see what happens. So immediately we have craziness ensues. Wow, that's crazy. Again, we're not going to do any trades. We're going to do one in a few weeks. We'll do accept trades, accept all trades, and we'll see how that happens there. But this for today, again, we're going to reject all trades here. From Raiders to go into get a second round pick there. So the Giants on this spot, you have Abdul Carter sitting there, but with both quarterbacks still sitting, I think if Shadur sits here, you can pass that up. But with Cam Ward sitting there, I don't think you pass that up. I think you take the best quarterback. Wasn't on a 1-year deal. I think Shador you probably pass. Cam Ward you can't pass up. So they'll take Cam Ward there. Then the Patriots are happy as can be with Abdul Carter. So the Panthers are gonna come here. Let's get caught up here. So Abdul Carter goes for the Patriots. Raquel Williams go to the Jags. An edge player. That's okay. I thought them going interior line. Ashton Genty goes the Raiders. I've seen this mocked a lot. I think it's gonna be interesting on draft day if he goes there. And then McMillan, wide receiver, goes to the Jets. So the Panthers are sitting here. I mean, I think if Shadur is still sitting here, the trade options would be big. I think a lot of teams looking to trade up to get another quarterback. Even like the Colts could come up here. That's not that big of a jump from 14 to 8 to get Shadur. They really love Anthony Richardson. I'm not sold on that. So, but here we're gonna stick and pick. Let's see what's left. I think they will go with because Will Campbell taking Will Johnson, so they're a corner. I don't with the best receiver gone. I don't think they go wide receiver. Luther Burden seems a little early. Mecca Buka seems too early, so I don't think they go there. I think it's a little bit early for interior linemen. Membu still sitting there. That'd be a good pickup, a tackle. But I think they'll go interior line. Because he's still sitting there, Mason Graham would be the pick, I think they add interior line and just add more pressure everywhere. I think if we add them there and figure it out. So the Saints. That's a lot of trade. What were the Texans come up here for? That's interesting. Comment below in this scenario, who are the Texans trading up to get from 25 to 9? They're giving up a lot. They're giving up 2 second-round picks, the first-round pick this year, and then was that third-round pick? Who would they come up to get? I guess it's maybe receiver, but comment below who you think they're going to come get here. The Saints sitting here, I think the Saints are very happy. I've heard speculation getting a quarterback, but I think with Membu still sitting here at tackle, they need the offensive line help. I think they got the tackle here. The Bears, Baltimore. I've seen this happen a couple of times. Baltimore moving up. This has never happened. Baltimore's not going to trade that far to get that pick there. So the Bears would love to have a running back. Membu gone. They still could go tackle. I just don't see them getting a 4th starting offensive lineman again. They have 2 young guys already there. I think you see what plays there. Got linebacker Jalen Walker. Bring some fear back to the middle of the defense and get Jalen Walker linebacker. I think that's a great pick. The fact that he's still here is I think he may still be here just because I think more quarterbacks will be taken up top here, so a lot of these players are going to be pushed down. But in this scenario, the Bears take Jalen Walker, add some more help to that defense. If you want offense all year long, all off season, you get some more defensive help there. Ravens again. Comment again below. This is fascinating. Comment below why are the Ravens trying so hard to come up here. I want to accept this to see who they're coming to get. This seems crazy to me. But we're going to take a pick. But please comment below on who the Ravens back-to-back picks coming up to get. Because I don't know. I'm a little confused there. So the 49ers would love to have a tackle. And the fact that Kelvin Banks is still there is really interesting for them to go Kelvin Banks. You need a successor to Trent Williams. You need help on there. Jalen Walker would have been a great pickup for them. He just went for the Bears. I think it's still too early to go interior line. On corner, Will Johnson's still there. Not still though, he's there. That could be a good pick. D tackle, they lost Kenneth Grant. Would he go there? Feels a little early. A little speculation on Will Johnson if he's really worth that high. Short arms is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if they go there. They go kicker instead. No, just kidding. I didn't go deep. I didn't go safety here. I didn't go Malachi Starks. They lost Ufunga to the Broncos. I think Malachi Starks should be a good pick. I think he'd be a difference maker. He's rated 20 in this thing. I think that's too low. He should be higher rated than that. So I think Malachi Starks is the pick there for them. All right. Bengals looking to move up. I'm going to reject all these here. The Cowboys. Where would the Cowboys go? They go. He's still sitting there. They could go offensive tackle. They have Tyler Guyton there and Terrence Steele. They really need help in the interior. I think it's just a little early for the interior guys to go. Now, this is a little different pickup here. But I think they just need playmakers. And I don't think any of our receivers warrant getting here. But I think a Tyler Warren would. He can help in the offensive line. He can block. And he can go and receive the ball as well. They have Jake Ferguson there, but I think Tyler Warren is a great pickup for them. With the running backs gone, I think they go back in the second round and get a running back. I think some of the guys will definitely still be there, like a Jenkins. I have Hansing going really high. I think he'll go higher than that. Dylan Sampson, Caleb Johnson. Some of those guys will still be there in the second round. I don't think you pass up on a guy like Tyler Warren in this spot. That was a bunch of back-to-back picks for it. Oh, I called it earlier. We just see what happened. The Colts get Shadur Sanders. That's interesting. That's what they were trying to get, and he fell to them. Reject these trades here. The Falcons. The Falcons are interesting. They still have Kyle Pitts. I don't think they're going tight end. Cornerback, this should be a good spot for Will Johnson. A little bit later, he can be a second-night piece. They still have A.J. Terrell. Edge would be another place to look at. James Pierce, Mike Green. Shamir Stewart's getting lost. He's an athletic freak, so that's why he's getting – but he's in the production, though. I think they're going to go corner. Now, Will Johnson sitting there. I think they'll grab Will Johnson. A lot of trades. This certainly the Sportscadia one. A lot of trades here, which is kind of fun. I'm excited to do the trade one. We accept a bunch of trades and see what absolute chaos ensues there. So the Cardinals, I think this is where an edge could go. A D tackle. Kenneth Grant would be a good fit there. Get some more pass rush there. Wide receiver. Luther Burden's interesting. He shows flashes of greatness, but he's kind of a gadget player, though. He's kind of that wide receiver screen, get the ball quick, which could work well with Kyler Murray. I just don't know if they're going to go back-to-back years on wide receiver early on. I think there's other guys down the board, Jaden Higgins, Isaiah Bond, that they could grab, even like a Trey Harris, that they could grab later in later rounds. Restrepo, that 40, he manual undrafted. That could be interesting to see there. His what was it 4.8 as a 40 receiver? That's tough to overcome. Who's left? Who's here at linebacker? No, I don't think they go linebacker. I think they go edge or D tackle. I want to give him Kenneth Grant or James Pierce. Actually, I would go Mike Green from Marshall. No, James Pierce. James Pierce is the pick there. The Bengals grab Tyler Booker, offensive guard, pair with Amarius Mims from last year's draft, helping the offensive lineup. Protects. I mean, you got to protect the offense now. I mean, you're paying two receivers $70 million and Joe Burrow. You got to protect them. So it makes a lot of sense there. The Seahawks here. There are any tackles left. Kelvin Banks. Yeah. They could definitely go tackle. Who's their starting tackle? Let me see. Who they got at tackle? They brought in Donald, we all know. Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, not bad tackles. So they don't have to tackle here. Wide receiver, add a gadget guy. They have Cooper Kupp though. Corner. There's some corners here. I think edge. And there grab Mike Green at edge. That's a lot of trade capital, a lot of draft capital to come back up. The Buccaneers, edge would make a lot of sense. Corner, some of these corners here, I think they're rated too low in this system. Like Maxwell Harrison would be a good pick. Corner, safety, the two big. Jonathan Barron's still here. He listed as safety here. He's a safety corner that could help fill two needs for him. I like that pick. Jahad Barron, that name just sounds like someone would be on the Buccaneers. I don't know why. That just seems like a Buccaneers type of player. All right. Kevin's favorite team, they get Colson Loveland. Kevin would be excited about that. And then my Steelers get Kenneth Grant. I promise I'm not protecting Kenneth Grant for him to go to the Steelers. And most of mock drafts, he ends up here, but it's not. I don't not draft him because I want him to go to the Steelers. The Chargers got Kelvin Banks. That won't happen. They have great tackles. They're not going to go there. But that's a mock what they do. The Packers can go big boys here. D tackle, edge. They like those guys. They have Lucas Van Ness, hasn't really developed. I think Shamir Stewart's too much of a risk there. Linebacker, Jahad Campbell. He's still sitting there. That could. I think they go there. Is there any defensive one they want to get rid of so the Vikings can't grab? No, I think they go Jahad Campbell there at linebacker. Help that group out. And then the Dolphins are just trying to get back in the first round. They're scrapping. The Vikings here. So defense, help the defense out. They could go offensive line. I just don't. I need to do more research on these guys. I don't know if I really have one here. I'm like super. If I can see it going in the first round. I could be wrong. I just don't see it. Corner, I like running back. Running back. They have a lot of. It's a pretty good team. They brought back Aaron Jones. I don't think they go there. We're gonna go wide receiver. At safety, the two big guys are gone. They'll go Walter Nolan. You get that big beef in the middle. Back when the Williams guys were there. He's got Nathan Williams. Keep that Viking tradition alive. We'll give him Walter Nolan. I think a lot of D tackles are going in this round in the NFL draft. I think a lot of it's a D line type of round. It's one of those not superstar guys, but you build a foundation to your team. So the Rams would definitely come in here and get a wide receiver. Emeka Buka, I think that's a slot guy. But I think you want to put Puka there. So I'm not sure if you go there. I don't love the fifth. Luther Burden could be interesting as a gadget guy. For they only have that gadget guy. Puka's more downfield. Adams is more in the middle of the field, like slot, slants, his type of position. Have someone behind the ball, behind the line of scrimmage, kind of make those screen passes and stuff would be interesting. They're not going to go linebacker. There's no value linebacker there. So defensive edge. They spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of draft capital like last year with edge and the D line. I keep saying running back. Why are they projected running back? They have Kyron Williams. Did they lose Kyron? Did I just know about it? I gotta pull this up. I'm just baffled how they're always projected running back. Running back's there. I mean, there's definitely guys there. Yeah, Kyron. They need a backup. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give them one. I'm gonna give them a bigger one. I don't think they do like a Trayvon Henderson. I think he's a great player. I think he will go in the first round. I don't think he goes here to the Chargers. I think it's a little too much like Kyrie Williams. I'm gonna give him a Martin Hampton and really help out. Give a 1-2 punch there because it makes a lot of sense. And Kyrie Williams, he's only 24, but I think the 1-2 punch will help. He's going to get paid soon. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad pick. I don't love that pick, but it's made. The Lions here. Okay. Not going quarterback, obviously. Not going to go offensive line. A great offensive line. Greg Zabel could be a guy. They have two great guys, though. Not going to. They're going to go defense, I think. Get a big boy in the middle there. I think more depth is where they're going to look. Is that Tyler Williams or Derek Harmon? They could add some edge, developmental piece, and Shamir Stewart. I think that makes a lot of sense. Shamir Stewart. I want to go D tackle. They lost a lot of guys, but they'll get coming back. I think they use edge opposite Aiden Hutchinson. I think Shamir Stewart he'll benefit from having Aiden Hutchinson there and help him develop, not be the guy day one. So Shamir Stewart goes there. The Commanders had a very active offseason. I think this is definitely a Derek Harmon landing spot. Yeah. I think Derek Harmon goes there to the Commanders. He's still there. Ooh, the Broncos came back up, got Luther Burden. That's the first CPU trade we've seen in this one. Only we see a couple more. Maybe they're trying to trade with me. Maybe the NFC spots are more coveted for trades. Nick Scouton, that would be surprising, I feel like. And then sitting here at the Eagles, I mean, I can't see him going to D tackle, though. Edge would make some sense. They lost, I think, both edge guys. But they go best BPA. They got two corners last year. I don't think they go corner. They could go offense. They had a wide receiver piece. I think the tight ends aren't there value-wise. They're going to go BPA. And BPA, Josh, I thought he was doing there. Josh Connolly Jr., tackle. So this one started off a little crazy with Travis Hunter. I definitely could see that, but I think if Travis Hunter goes one, I don't think the Browns pass up on Cam Ward. And if they do, the Giants are licking their chops. They got the best guy there, Cam Ward, for sure. But let me know. We saw some people. Well, who was it? The Ravens continually try to trade up. Drop a comment below who they kind of trying to get. Let me know. But this was fun again. I enjoy doing these. We're going to do one every Monday until the NFL draft. It should be good and exciting. Let me know if any ideas you want to see. I'm going to do one with a bunch of trades, and Kevin's going to come in, and we're going to do one back and forth. We'll talk about it. It'll be a little longer form, probably closer to the hour mark. But it should be a good time. But that's the NFC, guys. Let me know how I did. Rank me. Tell me who the Ravens are coming to get. Drop a like as always, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.